By the time a child is already crying, screaming on the ground, it is too late. The train has left the station, the brain is seeing red. You're like talking to a serial killer at that point. Literally, his spine like retracted backwards and he became like an S shape, and I couldn't even get him in the car seat. It was mortifying. And then my daughter is screaming bloody murder in the car. Help me, I'm in danger.
I've been asked this question many times. Would you do this again? The answer is So Doc, why are we here today?
We're here to talk about emotional regulation. I'm your host, Dr. Young. I am a licensed psychologist, nationally certified school psychologist, author, adjunct professor, and owner of a multidisciplinary clinic for kids and teenagers and adults of all ages for any kind of major concerns. And here's my co-host, Javon.
All right, well, I'm Javon, entrepreneur, dad, a lot more accolades. She's got more than I do, but I try to keep the family connected in many different ways, whether it's, the art of psychology, whether it's parenting, partnership. She does it a little bit better than I do. But yeah, we're just gonna chill, talk, have fun, learn, try to make it as interesting as possible, and go from there. So Doc mentioned
emotional regulation. Yes.
Is that
so we're following the 3 Ps model, right? So we're going to talk about like parenting, psychology, and then partnership, correct?
By the way, that's our kind of focus of this whole podcast is parenting, partnership,
and psychology. Don't forget psychology.
Really cool part of the psychology part is why Doc became a psychologist. So
we'll get into there in the spoiler section.
Yeah.
But anyway, for today, we're going to talk about our insights, the behind the scenes of what makes it interesting to be in the family of a child psychologist and how we operate in the day-to-day and how maybe I've been leading by example, but then still have our own mishaps. So what does it really look like behind the scenes? So emotional regulation, why it's important. Have any of you ever tried to get a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old at the door with shoes on, clothes on time? I mean, it is not done without tears and possible screaming. So we're going to talk about why it's important not to expect our young children to be able to regulate and control their emotions as well as adults can, but also how to improve the regulation that they can do based on what we do with our bodies as adults. So when we get into the psychology part, we will be talking about the science of emotional regulation. And then we can talk about our personal examples of how we struggled with that. So let's stay with just like parenting. Okay.
Well, first things first, that takes about a couple hours depending on the day.
Yeah, well, I guess.
To get them out. Like, for example, today,
Hours.
I guess I had to go to work and Lauryn had to, really get the kids out.
No, he had an exorcism. When I tell you, I mean, like literally his spine like retracted backwards and he became like an S shape. And I couldn't even get him in the car seat. It was mortifying. And then my daughter is screaming bloody murder in the car. Everybody in the neighborhood, help me, I'm in danger. I come running to her. I'm like, what? I was just kidding. And I had to give a huge lecture of like, the cops can be called. That's not okay. And then my son literally is throwing everything within his arm's reach in the car, screaming, banana smudge everywhere. And I'm thinking, I literally called somebody in our neighborhood and I was like, why is it as a mom that it's like, it's a great idea in your mind before you execute it. And then when you go to execute it, you're like, I regret it. I don't want to play this game anymore. That was me this morning.
It's a lot of executive function that we try to execute. And it really, it sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But, as you guys can see, speaking from the horse's mouth, Doc experiences it too. We know that other parents experience it too, which is why, we have a lot of parents that come to us for different parenting, strategies and the books and so forth. Here's what I'm going to say right now. We never want to come across as being perfect parents. We're far from it. We get into the biggest arguments. We get into Doc not preaching practicing what she preaches. I have to get on her on that. But also, in all fairness, she's a mom too, so we have to give her that leeway. For example, this is the 3rd time trying to create this pilot, what we're doing here. If I told you the story that happened the first time, you would be like, all right, yeah, not good.
But we take on too much we can chew a lot.
Well, that's the business aspect,
that is the business aspect. We can talk about that separately. But if I were just to ask you as a non-clinician, as just a parent, for other parents watching, When I say the words emotional regulation, how does that resonate to you? Like, what does that mean?
So I just sometimes can't understand why Brooklyn cannot regulate her emotions. Like, bro, it's simple. Like, it's simple. But my daughter and I are very close in
No,
terms.
you're too genetically similar.
Okay, that's what I meant. Genetically similar, whatever. Close, genetically similar. We butt heads a lot. And I do have a hard time expressing to her, like, we need to do this, we need to do that. That's my fault that I'm trying to work on as a dad. You know, from my culture, I'm Jamaican, a very authoritative figure. Jamaicans out there, we've got to dial it back a little bit. Like right now, we're working with a Jamaican family, and the expectation is like, whoa.
Proper.
And I empathize too because I kind of grew up that way. But then on the other hand, our son, he's just chill. But apparently, starting today or the past week, 2 weeks, he's literally hitting the 2-year-old. I'm like,
it's because it's actual like science, Javon. We talked about this. Like every baby is like, I mean, their temperament varies, but pretty much they're chill. And they hit a part where their frontal lobe is growing. Hello. And they're learning how to regulate their emotions and test their boundaries and become their own person. And guess what? They get cranky. And you look at them and you're like, what demonic figure just like took over my baby? I thought that today. I was like, where did my sweet baby boy go? Because now he's a demon. But then, like, again, the psychologist in me is like, and this is going to be the next few years of my life. Like, we're entering that territory again where he's going to be testing all those boundaries.
I've been asked this question many times. Would you do this again? The answer is yes, but it's hard. It is extremely hard.
You complain a lot.
Well,
why are you complaining right now?
In all fairness, you know, I've been an entrepreneur basically all my adult life, and for what we have built together, I've now created the opportunity where I'm able to stay home a little bit more, but you have to go into work.
Do you enjoy it?
Yeah, of course, we love the fruits of it and the flexibility of it, but
do you enjoy being with your kids that much?
No.
Why?
Because I feel like I'm really going into more of a chore-based standpoint versus you, that you are at work with other people's kids and you come home and you enjoy them so much more. It's like, whoa, my assumption is that, all right, you were doing that for work. Now when you come home, you really spill out more of...
You think there's a difference between giving everything to other people's kids for 10 hours a day and being inundated with children and then coming home and having to give my last reserve to my kids?
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's not that different. It's exhausting all the same.
So let's look at it. You're getting paid for that versus this one, you're not getting paid for, and you're emotionally connected.
I'm not getting paid, I'm investing. That's how I think about it.
Investing in which part you're referring to?
No. Like, ish with the people that pay me to help their kids, I get it. It's an investment. But like how I think about it is like, okay, this is a stream of income. I'm getting paid for it. I love what I do. I'm very grateful for what I do. But I don't feel like I get the same investment of like when I come home and it's my own kids. Like for me, I feel like I give them the crap end of the stick because by the time I get home, I am like burnt because I have my kids all day and I just want to be an adult or being quiet. But the last reserve I give them, I'm making sure that to me, I'm putting in them like the last investment that I have so that they can be good people.
So in conclusion, we're burnt on both ends, meaning you're burnt coming home.
Yeah, but I can fake it better than you do. You look miserable.
You're a professional at it. I can't.
I'm not a professional parent. I'm a professional psychologist. I'm a scientist and a researcher and I'm a clinician, yes, but like, what? That doesn't make me a perfect person. I have to put in like 1,000% effort for my kids because they matter to me the most. They're my priority. So then I have to throw it back on you. Like, what do you prioritize? Work or your kids or your family? You have to like rally for crap that's the most important to you, even though it's exhausting.
In short, I'm really not good at it. Rallying, trust me, I do my best from the perspective of trying to be the best dad. Yeah, I don't want my daughter to have any daddy issues. I want to be there for my kids as much as I can. It's just. It's hard, man. It's hard. And again, going back to like the conclusion of the parenting aspect here is really we're in the hole just like all y'all parents. And even with me having a free advice on my team, it's still hard. Like I came home today and Lauren's like, okay, I need an hour. I'm like, okay.
Oh, gee. Yeah, our son was just like on the next level. But anyway, okay. So parenting.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's exhausting. It takes every commitment from you, right? And we can offer some tips along the way, but really let's kind of dive into like the psychology of emotional regulation. So the psychology of emotional regulation is that there are actual neurodevelopments in our brain called mirror neurons. If I say mirror neurons to you, I don't think you've ever heard that term before. Like how can you put like in your layman's term what you interpret to be mirror neurons?
Like a copy and paste of each neuron, like
Ish.
a mirror. So whatever
Ish.
you're looking at is what you're gonna see, and so if there's one neuron that's red, it's gonna create another neuron that's red, and kind of creates a pattern.
Kind of. So there's like a really basic neural pathway and like neurodevelopment areas of our brain where from early childhood, we're learning how to emulate and imitate behaviors. And it does go all the way to emotional regulation. So what I mean by that is even adults, like if there's certain brain damage or certain hemispheres that like have weaknesses, you'll see like if somebody picks up a cup in front of them, they'll also pick up a cup without even thinking about it. Or if somebody scratches their head, they'll scratch their head like in imitation, again, not even consciously aware that they're doing it. Their neurons are like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, so they enact it. So they do it as a part of learning. So with young kids, emotional regulation is the same way. That's why we have social referencing. Everybody know what social referencing is? Literally, if you don't know what it is, you're going to notice it like tonight or tomorrow. So imagine there's something scary, you're angry, any kind of intense emotion, your kid is going to stop and they're going to look at you. Because their brain's like, how do I respond? Am I supposed to freak out? Am I mad? Am I sad? Am I scared? Do I run? Do I stay? Am I brave? And they're going to look at you. And then that's where you as the parent get the opportunity to model how you should respond in that moment. So I don't want to know what you're about to say.
Yeah, and I'm going to think of it right now because Jameson is watching everything Brooklyn is doing. And man, if there's a mirrored neuron going on, it's mirrored enough.
He is. No, it's hilarious because he does watch her and he mirrors it. But that's where the science of psychology comes in with emotional regulation is our children cannot regulate better than we can. So at the end of the day, they are just sponges of information. Their brain doesn't know how to regulate all those intense emotions. Their frontal lobe right here is not fully developed. It's the last part of your brain to get developed, and it doesn't develop until like you're 30. 30, okay? And men even later. Yeah, I know, watch the clock. Yeah, you just like got there, dude, right? That's our relationship. So that's
by the way, 17 years, so...
I've seen his brain in full immaturity and finally hit maturity. Yeah, I know. So my point is, until your brain can do it on its own, it's absorbing information from other people, and it's trying to make guesses as to how it's supposed to respond in the environment. That's why genetics matters, yes, because certain people can be predisposed to anxiety or depression because there is a genetic component, but other parts is environmental. And what we mean by environmental is if you have one parent that's super paranoid or anxious or sensitive, like, I'm not that bad. I have the cat reflex, but I'm not that anxious.
So here's the reason why I would say it's really not even an anxious situation. It's more of because she's seen what happened in the back end of what she's seen parents, experience with, she's been called to trauma, or, different suicide, whatever it is. That's why I would say you're more anxious than the norm because you really have seen the worst of the worst. So
that's sweet, but no. No, I'm predisposed. My family history is insanely significant for anxiety.
Yeah, but still, bro, you really like...
Do you know my dad?
Fair. Okay. Oh my God, her dad.
So my point is, yes, the cat reflex.
Yeah, I'm like, whoa,
no, I'm
dude.
predisposed from my family history.
You can know her dad's reaction from 2 minutes away, but go ahead.
No, he's a sweetie.
Yeah,
but yes, that's my point. So I'm genetically predisposed, and then I picked a career that I think also kind of enables more of that response because it's a lot of trauma and unlike predictability.
So then I guess this brings us into the next topic as to why did you become a psychologist? I don't know. We don't want to give out too much of this, the beans, but
that's a whole different episode. But basically family history. Yeah, family history of mental illness and inconsistencies that led me to want to understand human behavior and why things happen the way that they do.
You put on Nani's. Is that Nani's ring?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, actually, funny story. So, side note. So, Brooklyn handed this to me, my daughter, our 4-year-old. We were curling each other's hair.
Yeah.
And she found it and she gives it to me. She goes, "Can I wear it?" And I was like, "You can't lose this. It's really important to me." I was like, "This is my grandmother." It got really dark real quick. She goes, "Where's your grandmother?" And I was like, "She's dead." And she goes, "How did she die? Or why did she die?" And I go, "She got old." She goes, "But I'm going to get old." And in my head, I'm like, "Oh, shit, it's going to go sideways." And then she goes, "Am I going to die?" I was like getting ready for this podcast. Like, this is not the time for this deep conversation. And I was like, "Well, honey," I was like, "we all get old." Then she starts crying. She was like, "I'm going to get old. I don't want to die." I'm like, "Neither do I." And then we co-regulating the emotional, right? So I get down on her level. I was like, "Brooklyn," I was like, "I'm going to get old. You're going to get old. We all get old. Yes, we all do die." I was like, "And the art of and honey, like we have so much time together." I was like, "That's nothing that you need to worry about now because you have so much time with daddy, me, and your brother in the world. And we're going to have a wonderful life together." But she was very upset because she realized that she too, I think for the first time, she's only 4, but she realized like, oh, people aren't here anymore. And I too will not be here anymore. And some parents will try to kind of hide that fact, but I would say my advice is take it to each child in their own maturity level. But our daughter, as you know, she's very, she benefits from truth, developmentally appropriately delivered. But you know our daughter, like I can't like sugarcoat around it. She's smart that way. She wants to know why.
And I am that way too. It's crazy because, and kudos to Lauryn, I wouldn't have the time and effort or the patience to explain to her that aspect, which is again a little bit of a really cool reason. Co-parenting. We try to co-parent as best as possible, and I have free advice. Like I literally would have just told her, "Brooklyn, death and taxes is gonna happen. Sorry."
Oh my!
but
She doesn't even know what taxes are.
Oh, she'll find out eventually.
Not soon enough.
I'm gonna teach her.
But like also part of the emotional regulation back to modeling with mirror neurons and those kind of things is I got down to her level and I was like, I am scared of that too. I don't want to get old either. We're in this together. I feel you. And I feel like she was able to relate with me and be less scared, but then I was able to still be a parent and give her that guiding comfort for her age that like, listen, this is something mommy and daddy worries about. It's not anything that's gonna happen anytime soon. You're gonna spend every day with us. We're gonna love all of our time together and it's fine. But like, it's okay to be vulnerable and be like, yeah, it's true. It sucks. It's scary.
You're not afraid of saying that. I'm not afraid of saying that. I'm not afraid of dying, but you.
Oh my God, I'm afraid of dying.
Yeah.
Oh, not because I don't know like what's out there. It has nothing to do with the afterlife thing. It's actually like a very egotistical reason. Like I love my life. Like I am very blessed, very fortunate. All the things, grateful, whatever, lucky, whatever things you want to put out there. Like I am so pleased with how it turned out. My childhood was very traumatic and I count myself as a survivor. And I think for me, there was like a crux and I could have like easily the catalyst, I could have gone either direction. I'm so happy I made it on this place. But because I'm so grateful for that, like I don't want it to end. Like I love my family. I love my career. I love everything. I wake up every morning so happy and I love learning and getting these new experiences where I'm like, I don't want that newness to end.
So with again, adding to the psychology, not only just, so let's take away from the emotional regulation part, but you as a child, you decided that you wanted to become a psychologist. Yeah, well, in the other episodes, we'll talk about why you became a psychologist, in more depth. But also, a part of our segment is to teach or help 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds, 15-year-olds who are not only probably have experienced what Lauryn has experienced, but also if you are on the fence of becoming a psychologist, what type of psychology. So we're going to bring on those co-hosts, so there's clinical psychologists, school psychologists, normal psychologists, forensic psychologists.
What's a normal psychologist?
Well, I guess if you're geared towards maybe just, couples or.
Well, that's.
Is that what? Is adult psychologist?
No, clinical. It's like clinical, school. Yeah.
But I thought clinical was like really mainly in like schools where they're trying to
No,
raise
clinical are never in
funds.
schools.
Really?
Only
So
school.
what's the one that raised funds for like research and
Clinical psychologists,
Okay,
but those
so-
are like like a lot of time they become professors in academia, but
okay.
those like in research colleges.
got it. That's when you do your 10-year thing and the whole got it.
Yeah,
it.
and we have plenty of colleagues that we'll bring in that can talk about that and that kind of stuff, but it's not my cup of tea personally. I respect it. I think it's amazing, and I love science. Like, I think that's why some of our friends really get annoyed by me, because I'm like, that's nice, but that's an opinion. Like, there's no science to back that up yet. So I respect what they do, but I'm more of like, when you think about psychology, there's different types. There's like the research science, there's the applied science. So what applied means is once I learn what my colleagues are doing and finding out through their data and their studies, and they publish it, I'm like, wow, that's this, or this is what works. Then me as a clinician, I get to go put it in practice and trial it and help people. But they don't really interact with people. They're just learning the data and publishing it for people like me to put it into practice.
Got it.
So we all complement each other, but it's very different. So I would love to talk about like a whole episode on the difference of
Definitely.
the different types of psychology and how it changes the world to be a better place.
Fantastic. And then, then partnership, the third P, right?
Okay, so how do we handle...
Well, first things first. Again, did I say this before? 16 years going 17 years?
You did. I think you said 17 the first time. We're
Okay, so
deducting a
16
year now.
going 17 in April of next year.
April? Why April?
Isn't it April we met?
Are
or
you
May?
serious? Oh, met?
I'm counting every years. Every
You're
month.
counting the
Yes, exactly. What are you talking about?
I don't know. You have to
It's
ask some of your
17
friends.
years with the same woman.
Tread lightly.
Yeah, okay.
It's like April or May.
Okay,
It was like the summer.
So we're 6 months off.
Of
We're 16 and a half years.
2009, right?
Anyways, it's been a wild journey. Lauryn, met Lauryn when I was 19. We kind of did our, not grad school, undergrad. And we did undergrad at FIU. She was published at what, 20? 21?
I don't know, man. I just need more coffee. That's what I need.
Yeah,
I
okay.
can't stop yawning.
All right, so yeah, published at 21. Graduated 12, started my business in
You
2000.
did graduate 12. That was so freaking weird.
Yeah, graduated 12.
Oh, yeah.
Then started my business February 2013, March 2013. Literally just sold that business a couple weeks ago.
Didn't we get like a wire today?
No, it was last week. Yeah. And it was half the wire, by the way. So it's not completely closed.
I know, but
yeah,
I mean, like
it's,
you're closing up the chapter, right?
Yeah, definitely closing up a chapter. But the point of that is, when she was going to grad school, I was able to bring the baton. Is that?
The what?
The baton. The relay, like
Baton.
Baton.
Oh,
See,
my God.
guys, I'm Jamaican.
Baton?
Baton.
Is that what you say in Jamaica?
Yeah.
Baton.
Yeah.
Like baton.
Yeah, it's like a relay, 4x4.
Baton. There's an O in it, not an I
please.
or an E.
Anyways, so that being said, we
Oh, my God.
I traveled to South Carolina every 4 weeks.
It's 3 to 4.
Yeah, she did her thing. It was definitely a chapter in her life, but now she came back to Florida. She became a school psychologist.
I think in a nutshell, what you're trying to say is that both of our dreams kind of catapulted at the same time.
Yeah.
And neither of us wanted to sacrifice our own dreams. And instead of seeing it from a selfish perspective of like, oh, I'm not giving up my dream for you, I think you and I we were very blessed where both of us had the mindset of we're both going to become the best version of us for us.
Like a Bonnie and Clyde situation. And,
I mean, but like there's still like.
But I was also trying to
murderous
explain
thieves.
like the route.
No, but I am explaining the route. I'm just
okay.
saying like the route is like, that's how I think about it. I think about like we both were handed an opportunity we couldn't decline at the same time.
Yeah,
like when does
that's
that
true.
happen?
Like
The
literally,
same
she
time.
got accepted in 2013, like April, May.
And you were, when would you start the?
Like a month before we signed the lease.
Literally,
Yeah,
that's
it
what
was
I'm saying. Like, so I felt like it both went like, brr.
So therefore, we were in business from jump. Like we were like, yo, we're about getting our career started.
Listen, but most people that age though, I don't know if the majority would have stayed. I mean, it required a lot of commitment to do the commuting.
Yeah.
for years.
And by the way, guys, we were on the Dinks list for a while. Dinks list, does everybody know what Dinks
What's
list
the
is?
Dinks list?
Dual income, no kids. We were a full-fledged...
That's an acronym?
Yes.
Dual income, no...
Yes, we were a full-fledged dual income, no kids.
I don't remember any of the
COVID
benefits.
happened. I'm like, you know what? If we're going to do it, this is the time. Apparently, if you're over 30, you're geriatric pregnancy, whatever you want to call it. I'm like, all right, if we're going to do it, let's do it. And
Is that how it went down? It was all a blur at the time. I'm like sleep deprived from pregnancy.
But also, so, we did all that. But one thing that we really emphasize with anybody who we talk to is that we really try to get our adult time, romance, however you want to
Romance. We have romance.
What do you want me to call it? Can I say it on air?
Intimacy?
Intimacy.
It's definitely
whatever.
with the romance.
I'd like to say a little different word, but I guess,
You're not gonna.
Okay, we got to keep it PG.
Romance.
13.
Romance.
So we definitely ensure that we have our time, like for example, on the weekends. We try to do this every weekend. Most times we do it. Saturday morning, I take the kids.
Don't get me started.
Oh, God.
You're going to put that on air? You know what? You're taking the kids over on Saturday morning. You lay right next to me as the kids scream and run around the bed for like an hour and a half.
Tough Friday night.
Oh, boo-hoo. When I had them Sunday morning, we had a tough Saturday night.
Fair.
And then you're off playing football. Sorry, soccer, for those who aren't Jamaican. Running off at like 8 a.m. Salutations, Lauryn. But my Saturday morning, are you kidding me? They're screaming and they're killing each other. I don't get any rest.
Listen, we
Saturday morning. There's no partnership on the weekends. He's lying. Liar. Partnership, my butt.
In general.
Yeah. The intention is intellectual.
Intent is what matters, right?
Baloney. I'm going to do intent tomorrow morning. What's my intent tomorrow?
Again, the point is we try to carve out time for ourselves. If it's an appointment, we do it. Hey,
Javon does carve out time for himself, yes.
Yeah. So, anyways, so this is, we've kind of explained to you the 3 Ps: parenting, psychology, partnership.
I didn't give any, last thing on the, tips for, so if your kid is honestly having an emotional regulation issue, let me just leave you with a few little strategies you can do with your kids. We really, in psychology, we try to encourage prevention rather than intervention. So by the time your kid is seeing red, which is why I try to tell him all the time, by the time a child is already crying, screaming on the ground, they're not themselves, it is too late. The train has left the station, the brain is seeing red, you're like talking to a serial killer at that point. You just gotta ride it out and model calm behavior and then kind of have your recap. But prevention is more like, okay, I'm the adult. I have foresight. I'm going to think that if I have to wake my kid up earlier in the morning, they're going to be more grumpy. So what can I do to make sure the environment is going to be sustainable and encouraging them to have a smooth transition to get the best out of them possible? So it's the adult's responsibility. What stinks is when the adults expect the kid to regulate when they're 4 and then get mad at them when they're mad they're getting woken up at 5:30.
Listen, in my world that I grew up that I could remember, is you get up and let's go. There's no,
Were you easy for your aunt?
No.
Oh, no. Okay, well, you're getting payback. Welcome.
All right, well,
Anyways, my point is, prevention is my point, If you can't prevent by setting the environment correctly, like making sure you have things already organized if they're going to ask for it, or tell them in advance the night before, a lot of kids will appreciate that timing of tomorrow we have to wake up earlier. I know you don't understand what earlier means, but when you wake up, you're going to feel more tired. When we feel more tired, you're going to be okay. When we go downstairs and get some food, you're going to feel better. What did I just say? Say it in your own words. Oh, I'm going to wake up and feel more tired, but if I eat, I'll feel okay. Perfect. That's a way of helping prevent, one strategy. Intervention-wise, if your kid is already seeing red and mad, there's what we call the grounding technique. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Well, you don't want to give out all the techniques right now.
One prevention, one intervention.
Okay.
So the intervention is, the grounding technique is my favorite. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Do you even know what it is? Do you even pay attention to when I talk?
No. Go ahead, explain. I'm learning right now.
Okay. So we'll do it with you. We'll do it with you. So we do this also with people having panic attacks or they're feeling very anxious, but you can also do it with a kid a little bit in distress to help ground them. Grounding, put your feet on the floor. Okay, I'm gonna do a little tick activity with you. Okay, so this is grounding, ready? And mindfulness, ready? I want you to close your eyes. I want you to bring your conscious awareness to your skin. I want you to feel the couch pushing up against your thighs. Feel the ground pushing up against your feet.
You sound like that sound space guy. What's it called? Mind space? You know the guy with
The famous man?
Yeah.
Jay Shetty.
Yeah. What's the name of the app? Oh, we can't say
Calm.
that.
And
Okay.
that's the app. He's like so famous.
Okay,
He'll never
go
show up on
ahead.
our show.
You sound like that. Go ahead.
What a compliment. I mean, that's awesome.
Jesus. Up. Couch.
He's a gorgeous
thighs.
man.
Okay. All right. We got that.
Like blue eyes.
Okay.
Beautiful. Okay. Bring your conscious awareness to your thighs. Feel the couch pushing up against your skin. Travel that awareness down to your feet and feel the pressure of the earth pushing up against the soles of your feet. Bring your awareness to your fingertips. Feel the warmth touching across every fingertip and the sensation of your hand touching one another. Now travel up to your shirt and feel the fabric pushing against your skin, the tightness around your waist. And as you bring your conscious awareness up from your toes, all the way up to your mind, you open your eyes in a state of relaxation. Anyway.
That was legit, actually.
You liked it?
Yeah,
I told you.
That was legit.
I tried to do it on my like voice you would like. So what that is guess what? So separate segment. Our brains, if you don't have ADHD, your brain is really well programmed at filtering out excess sensations and input, sounds, feelings, pressure, so that whatever you're focusing on, your brain puts all the effort towards this. Your ears and your eyes towards me right now. It blocks out. You don't even feel your foot on the table.
No, you're right.
But if I tell you right now, feel your foot.
Yeah, I'm going right to my foot.
Exactly. So your brain is brilliant. So it's taking all the effort right here. So mindfulness is when you start to feel like you're in a state of disarray, you're not connected with your body, aka this arbitrary anxiety that's not, tangential is coming into your life. It's like, let's just get back into our body right now. Let's not be in the past. Let's not be in the future. Let's be here. And that was a visualization, muscle relaxation kind of technique of building awareness of like feeling your body and bringing yourself back here. But with kids, a little harder. So we do the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique. AKA, you say, I want you to look around and tell me 5 things that you see. Do it. Tell me 5 things that you see in this room.
The light bulb, the South Carolina flag, the cameras, my glasses, you, beautiful woman.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
How much was that? 4 or 5? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. 4 things that you feel.
This couch.
Travel across your entire body.
The air. My nose is itching a little bit. My shirt. 4.
3 things that you hear.
The AC. My kids upstairs running. And
think within.
Oh, I breathe. Yeah, I can hear myself breathing. Yeah. Okay.
Good. Okay. So 2 things that you can, let's see, we're in 2 or 1?
2. We're in 2.
2? Smell.
Oh, the candle. I can smell the candle. And I can't really smell anything else.
So when in doubt, if there's nothing else you can smell in the environment, I encourage you to smell yourself, whether it's your skin, your shirt, your hair, or your breath.
Okay.
Actually.
Oh, yeah. Now I'm inclined to my breath now.
It's just, again, your breath for us that have long hair. Lean in, so I can smell my hairspray. It brings me, or even just for men or women alike, the clothes, or even your skin or your breath. It's just bringing you back to you. And then usually the last one of the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique is taste. So that's typically,
just tasted my water.
So if you have something where it's like around you that's gum, a sour gummy, a coffee, a water, those actually, again, bring you right to the moment. It's focusing on that taste that you're getting, that sensation. But when in doubt, you could always just taste like your mouth. I know it sounds weird, but it's kind of, again, bringing you to like, okay, this is me. I'm grounded. I feel the warmth in my body. Same thing. So last little tidbit about taste. If you're going to have something around you in the car, in your purse, if you have panic attacks or anxiety, if you suffer from that, research supports that sour, specifically lemon, can immediately ground you and kind of break those negative panic attack symptoms from the jump. It's something about the citrus and the sour flavor that kind of brings you back to the moment. So I always encourage having like a pack of little like lemon little sour gummies or sour things to suck on in your purse if that tends to be you and you suffer with panic attacks.
So I think Lauryn kind of gave away a little bit too much in the pilot here.
Damn. We're at 35 minutes. I got 5 minutes to spare. What's happening?
So in general, you guys have an idea of what we have to come. We're going to have on guests that are going to be talking about situations that they're going through. We're going to bring on fellow psychologists. We're going to bring on occupational therapists, speech and language pathologists. We're going to bring on products that can help you and within your journey with parenting, whether it's certain tools, weighted blankets, again, a lot of the
parents. Like we want to bring on parents,
and
people that are like navigating different careers. We have so many people that we know. New parenting. Entrepreneur women.
There you go.
Women that like, so many different types of parents. That's funny. That's another topic. Is like working mothers, working fathers, also stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home fathers, and then also families that decide that their journey does not include kids and how they seek fulfillment without kids, and that's great too. Godparents, being an aunt or an uncle. So there's tons of different ways, or adoption or foster. There's so many ways to be a parent. And all of that's going to be part of it, but it's not just parenting, because what we learn through kids, it also applies to us as adults. If we can be humble enough. So we teach our kids, a lot of times adults, when I'm talking to parents, they're just like, well, I didn't do that when I was a kid. I'm like, does it work? Feels great. Okay, well, do it. Like you know better, so you do better for your kids. But if not, do it for yourself. Why not?
All right, guys. It was a pleasure. Subscribe, like, hit the tag, leaving comments.
In fact, I should have studied this.
We don't.
Tagging?
Whatever it is.
Hashtagging.
Follow. Share.
Like.
The whole 9 yards. I swear to God, we're literally like
another restaurant.
35, 36, and
hey.
Okay, yeah, okay, easy here. When we see a 1997 and a 2004, like
that's nothing. That's nothing. That's my sister.
Yeah, they're showing us what we need to do. I'm like, I feel so old.
No. I have like 2005, 6, 7. I'm like, what is happening right now? 2010.
You get the point. All right. Pleasure, guys.
Bye, guys.